Hi everybody and welcome to this week's Drinking Games. This week we're looking at a fantastic game that's hot off of the Nintendo Switch and onto Steam. It is Octopath Traveler by Square Enix. Basically this is an ode to all the classic JRPGs from the 80s and early 90s. If you loved all your Final Fantasies 1 to 6s, you know, your Chrono Crosses, that sort of thing, you're gonna absolutely love this game. It's absolutely fantastic. Right. Do you know, I'm gonna shut up. Let's see what it's about. So, right, here we go. Octopath Traveler. So, this is a game. Actually, Dan, you bought this for my birthday, I believe, didn't you? That's it. So, thank you very much. This came out, about, what, a year ago? No, not even that. How long ago on the Switch?
Yeah, maybe about a year. 9 months, something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's come over to Steam, and, you know, this was about a month ago, I believe.
Yeah.
So basically,
maybe a bit longer.
And I have to say, for a person who has no time to play on video games, you wouldn't believe it. This is the beauty of this game. I'm not gonna lie. It's in fact, I'm going to play it so you can see it. So, the look of this game, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. It's
like 3D, 2.5D, isn't it?
Yeah, like I say, so it's got that feel, that aesthetic of like your classic RPG. So this is almost like, I think I heard someone describe it as almost like a love affair or love tribute to the classic JRPGs.
Yeah.
Which it is. So the art style's clearly, 100% all this. But it's got the layered, it's got the 2.5D thing going on. Everything about it's just sort of beautiful and artistic to look at. You never get tired of looking at the game. But, I'm going to find out where I'm meant to be going, actually.
So, where are we at the moment with it?
So, at the minute,
basically without spoiling it,
yeah.
What's like the story?
So let me zoom out from the world map. This is probably a great place to start. So there's 8 characters in this game. When you first start off, you pick a character to start off at one of these villages round here.
Okay.
And you can start as that character. And my understanding is, so I've seen people play it through on YouTube and whatnot. You can play the entire game with one character, start to finish.
Oh, okay, right.
Because each character has got their own paths, broken into 4 chapters. And if you want, you can just have that one character, smash through all 4 chapters, end of game.
All right,
but obviously you don't get any of the other, 7 characters' stories at all.
Octopath, get it now.
Yeah, exactly. 8 different paths. So the only impact that the choosing a character at the start of the game is, as you can see, if you can't change your party here, but you can never get that character out your party. That's your main character, is locked in the entire game.
Okay.
So you can only change the other 3 members of your party. But outside of that, no consequence whatsoever. You can then go pick up
your end.
as many of the other characters as you like or don't want to, and
so when you say
in any order you like, more or less.
When you say pick them up, what do you mean? Like where from?
Well, as in their hometown. So the story's framed that. Basically, these guys have all got their own separate stories that have nothing to do
Rain and arrows up on them.
Right. So it's not like at a certain point in the game another character will be in this place, or they'll be in that place, or they'll be in that place.
They're all in their starting villages, which is they've all got their own towns. They're waiting to go on an adventure, basically, and you just catch them at the very point they're about to set off.
Just sat there thinking, God, I wish someone would come and take me on an adventure.
Well, yeah, basically, that's what they're doing. Like, they're all in a predicament where they need someone to go with them.
Right,
so,
okay.
So,
aren't we all, though, really? In real life?
And That's it. So that's how they find themselves. Oh. And
Sure.
yeah, so let's say you pick them up, and then you can progress through each of their chapters. Obviously, each chapter's got to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But I can do chapter 1 and 2 with one character, then switch to another and do chapter 1.
Oh, so you can. Right. So you can switch characters, but you've always got your main.
Yeah,
Right.
that's it.
All right. So when you go for another character, do you get their like intro?
Yes.
Oh, so you don't have
And-
to like replay the game like 8 times.
No, nothing like that. And in fact, it gives you just a little like 2-minute recap when you take up the next chapter of the story about what's happened previously. Because you could have played 20 hours before the last time you touched their story.
Yeah.
So it's and the brilliant thing is, I've been playing this in like bite-sized chunks of about half an hour, and it's fantastic. You know, you just get up, smash a few, walk to the next village, half an hour's worth of play. Fantastic. Get in their little old story, half an hour, maybe 40 minutes in a chapter. You know, it's great.
Well, that's probably because it was originally from the Switch, which is obviously a portable device.
Mm.
So it's meant for like, you know, like being on the train or whatever.
I never thought of that. That's a good point. Yeah. So you look at the fight menu. Obviously, you can see like classic structure.
So is this like the weight system turn-based?
Yes.
Letting my
So
arrow
up at
fly
the top
true.
there, this took me a while to fathom out, way longer than it should have done. But the sort of the row on the left there is whose turn it is this turn,
Yeah.
and the one on the right is next turn. So because obviously depending on which actions you do this turn, it might affect which order it happens next turn. So there's absolutely nothing. So for those who like their tactics, there's nothing here that's left to chance or surprise. There's very little element of randomness.
Yeah.
So
Reminds me
you
a bit
can
of Final Fantasy X, that where you'd have your thing on the right where it would show you whose
Yes.
turn it is.
Exactly like that. So there's like very little element of random. So you can really lock in a strategy against enemies, if you know.
Yeah.
But that being said, it is is very tactical when you get going. I mean, I'm cutting through these lower end level dudes because I mean this is an area I've sort of scouted already.
Yeah.
So I'm just you're gonna see me largely just.
What to
And are the
do?
levels on this then?
Yes, so your classic experience points levels up, and the level up actually is just your stats, really. Your stats are mainly affected by, I mean, in a classic way, it just does your stats. There's no the job system in this. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this just because I've got quite a bit of money. So that's it. So I can do this, like, buy a veteran soldier to come and fight for me. Just do gratuitous
Time to
damage.
close up shop.
Yeah.
Alright.
I've been good. That would be game breaking, like, which I've just, but I swear, apart from just to show you there the sake of it, I haven't actually used that for. Because, do you know what? If this was any other game, I'd just be like, every time it's a grind, I'd just be doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't be bothered, can't be bothered, just smash out like the one hit kill. But I haven't been on this, which shows you like actually it's the amount of leveling up you need to do is pretty much the exact amount of walking you need to do from town to town.
Right,
And
okay, yeah.
there's nothing else to it really. It's quite good. So it's that being said, I've just gone the wrong way, like. So I've been concentrated. So so there's no just having to run around and level up and stuff. It's just
That's the thing. Like, well, you and me both were like massive Final Fantasy fans up to a certain point.
Yeah.
And like that was the only thing with the Final Fantasies is like the bits where you had to grind a bit, even just for abilities, not even just for like level it up, just to get an ability or something.
Yeah. So my main character is this one here, the one it's above. I've been pronouncing it wrong. I've been pronouncing it Haint, but it's Hanit. Quite clearly Hanit, as well the way it's spelled. So I've been pronouncing it like Taint. You know.
Okay.
Um,
Because I did remember you saying to me, her name sounds like Tane.
What's yours is mine.
yeah, this is like, so it turns out it doesn't.
No.
Where's the nearest
So
tavern?
she's a huntress, and I have to admit, she's the best character to play with, and I know that for a fact now. She has got the stupidest accent. It's like, oh, cometh here. Like, I was like, letteth my arrow flyeth through the window. like, dude, no one had that many uths. You know what I mean? No one has ever talked like that. It's just absolutely infuriating. Right, and you've got, so he's a guy, and you've got some path actions depending on which characters you got in your party. So
okay.
I can provoke him, and it basically just means batter him, right? Steal stuff, I can make him follow me, or I can buy stuff off him.
Yeah.
Now, there's another one, which is Inquire. Now, I've got no one in my party who can inquire and sort of
Okay, so it depends on the skills.
Yeah. So if I change my party members and come back, I could, like, press secret information out of him. And the cool thing is that 4 of the characters are, like, nobly aligned. So they do things in an honourable and sort of thingy way. And 4 sort of roguish lines, so they do shit in a sneaky way.
Right.
So there's 2 characters. There's, I'm going to show you, in fact, let's go to the character menu, see if I can show you. Right, so going from the top, Hanit is a rogue sort of huntress. She's a fighter, but she's a hunter. She's sort of rogue aligned. So she can provoke people into fighting by just basically, oh, fuck your mum. You know, like you sort of thing. Yeah. Oh, my favourite one was like, I'm going to plant a mango tree in your mum's fanny and fuck your sister in the shade. Oh, sorry, I should be clear. That line isn't in the game.
No, right.
Because that, Joe, that would put a whole spin on this, like. Yeah. So what I should have explained is I've been doing my own voiceovers, like while this has been going on when I'm provoking people. Yeah. So there's that. It's probably the reason why I wasn't listening to how her name was actually pronounced. Because
Yeah.
I'm too busy talking of it.
Is the voice acting in this?
Yeah, it's all the main scenes are fully voice acted,
Right.
and all the side quests have got like general sort of sound bites. So like if someone says, "Oh, well, do you know?" She wants to say, "Oh, thank you for coming with me. It was, you know, your help was fantastic." There'll be a little bit that says, "I am grateful."
Right.
I am grateful. It's like, yeah, okay, great, shut up, Annie. Therion, he's a the counterpart to her is basically Ulbrich, who's sort of like this hedge knight who's like, you know, honourable. Are you thinking like some sort of creepy hangs out in bushes guy or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Or I was thinking like he's one of those like, you know, like he's been born into it, but like he's a really shit knight. So it's like you could be in charge of the hedges.
largely. But he's like a fantastic warrior of a fallen kingdom. Who just sort of, who's slumming it out in a mountain village, just like protect them. And he's a bit more noble and honest. So he challenges people to a duel in an honourable way. You just fucking go and start just shit talk them. It's like, Therion is a thief.
Oh, there's always a thief in there. There's always a thief.
Yeah. And Tressa down here is the, just up there. She's a merchant. So Therion can steal stuff free. Tressa can buy it. So obviously there's obvious advantages in both. Like, you can't afford to steal, so you can't afford to buy something.
Yeah.
You can have a go at stealing it. But you can't guarantee success.
Yeah,
You're much more likely to succeed with buying. Most people will let you buy just about anything, but the problem is it burns through your money, obviously.
Yeah.
Whereas some things just aren't for sale. You know,
right.
People don't want to sell them. Whereas you can still get them by thieving, but you got to be good at thieving. You know, so there's places for the good role and the bad role. So some people can't be provoked, and other people just don't want to fight, like honourable. You know, so some people you got to provoke them, and other people, you know, like they'll just be like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not raising your bait. Yeah. And Ophelia is sort of like this saccharine, sort of goody two shoes daughter of a priest who's going on a pilgrimage for her sister because their father's ill and she doesn't want her sister to have to go like holier than thou, and she sort of gets people to come with her on her pilgrimage, and basically she summons that you probably saw summon in battle there.
I
she
haven't
actually
been.
just gets I'll show you.
Really.
So instead of actually summoning monsters, let's just get into a little fight here. So instead of summoning monsters, she just summons the people she's persuaded to come along with her.
There is
Oh,
a
right, yeah.
chance.
Fight for her. So it's
Letting the hunt begin.
right. I'll show you that. You'll see this in a bit. You'll notice that she has hunter skills because she's a hunter. Now I've actually got a second job class for her, so I've started teaching her warrior stuff as well.
Oh, okay.
But
So you can
the
like
job
mix and
system
match.
just tells you which skills you can equip, you know, and sort of which basically attacks you get to do. So her main thing is she can either summon a beast that she's captured, these guys,
Oh,
or
right,
she
yeah,
can
yeah.
have a go at capturing them. And obviously, if you haven't bothered attacking them, the chances of capturing them are pretty low. But as you batter them to death, they get
Yeah.
more tired.
Yeah.
Do you find this, like, in RPGs? Like,
Yeah.
you start out thinking, oh, yeah, I'll do magic and I'll do this, and you end up just hitting
The
everyone.
hunt endeth.
Yeah,
Because it's not because it's just quicker.
yeah. It is.
Like, you
for,
can
like, I
literally
mean,
just sit
I
there,
shouldn't
especially when
really
you're grinding,
be in
you
this
just go,
area.
X,
I
X,
should
X,
really do
X,
this,
X,
I'm
X,
just
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Anyway, what else should you be? Oh, let's go back. I'll finish the point that we're saying. But she can get people to fight for her. And there's this other character called... Oh, goodness. I've forgotten her name. But she's a stripper. Oh, she's a prostitute. Right?
Alright.
She's a dancer. But, like, you look at
Right.
the dialogue in the game, they don't hold back. It's like, basically, she's like the guy who she's been working for. She's a princess of a kingdom whose father was killed, and she's deliberately being a prostitute so she can come across the father's attackers. You know, like bide her time until she
Right.
thinks, if I'm a prostitute sooner or later, one of them, my dad's killers, is going to try and shag me. And then I'll get my revenge. So it's like, that's pretty much how she's been biding the time. And she does, you know, the whole dancing thing and buffs your party and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But her thing is, like, she doesn't ask people to come along on pilgrimage with her. She just actively seduces them. Yeah.
Alright.
Like, against their will. To sort of come along with you. And I'm trying to think who the other. So we've done Hint and Aldrich, Therion, and there's a Alf, or whatever his name is. He's an apothecary. Oh no! Oh, sorry. Yeah. There's Alf and someone else. What's his name?
You tell me?
Basically, a scholar and an apothecary, who are both, you know, the good and the bad one. So the scholar is the bad one. Surprisingly,
Really?
the apothecary. Yeah, I know. I thought that. And the apothecary is the good one because he just wants to help people and cure them and shit, you know. And so you can. He just goes up and he's really friendly and he chats to people, whereas the scholar just like goes and scrutinises them like Sherlock style. It's like,
Oh,
I
right,
smell,
okay.
I smell pussy on your loins. I chance you have been shagging your missus. No, I mean, not shagging someone other than your missus, sort of thing. Like, oh fuck. But you do that a little bit too much in town and people get pissed off and try to chuck you out of town.
Oh, Christ. Alright, okay.
Yeah. Same with the thieving and things. So, like, all the roguish ones, their skills tend to get called out more. And if you fail, like, it really fucks up your reputation in a town.
Right.
So, like, you won't be able to buy stuff and, you know, whatnot. And characters won't talk to you and whatnot.
Okay, yeah. A bit like, Skyrim sort of thing, where you go into a town and if you get caught, it's like the guards will just come after you all the time and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, basically, this stuff is really simple, but then when you think, having to sit here and explain it now, it sort of just shows, like, oh, Jesus, actually, there's a lot to this game. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Like,
it's
they've
just-
took a lot of stuff from a lot of places.
Oh, yeah. So, look, I'm going to steal this just because I can. 100% success rate, window tyre. Right, you know. I mean, I know I've got infinite, like, money, but
That's an important question. Is it autosave, or can you have multiple saves?
You can have multiple saves.
Excellent.
There is an autosave backup, but it's not really
That-
meant to be
Because
used.
that's what everyone wants to know, really, isn't it?
Exactly. It's like, oh, should I provoke him or should I guide him? See how strong he is. Oh, screw him now. Let's provoke him since he's a weakling. Actually, let's just see if these. There's so many creatures I've never seen before. Been gathering rare furs. No, yeah. Well, I'm about to batter you to death for it. Right, let's see how this works out
Now,
for you.
let us hunt him.
Poor guy, he was just standing in the woods.
What next?
The interesting thing is, when I provoke, I can't fight myself. I can only get my animals to fight for me. So her main animal that you can't run out of is this bad boy or bad girl.
Thou didst fight with
Alright.
Sorry, that was an easy fight.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, so he's just like this snow leopard who just comes in. But you can any creature you fight, you can capture and make fight for you. This is pretty cool. But let's see where I am. I'm up here. Do I want to go north? Is there a more northerly way to go? I have to admit, navigating on the world map to a new area is quite tricky. You have to. There's signposts, physical signposts out in the world, and you kind of have to pay attention to them because otherwise you will just get lost.
I do kind of like those maps, like this one, where it's not exact.
Yeah,
Because I always think, like, it's cheating. You know, when you go into a game and you look on the map and it tells you exactly where you are, exactly where the corridors are, exactly where all the doors are, and you think, yeah, but you wouldn't really know all that.
yeah. And this, all you get, you can't see because it's behind my head, but all you get is a little circular dot with a sort of. It tells you where like the save point is, direction, but there's no layout, there's no mini map. It's just this is in this direction.
Yeah. I mean, but then there's the opposite side of the spectrum. I mean, I'm currently playing Darksiders 3, and there's no map at all.
It's like so you got to remember everything.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. I'm having to write down where all the secret areas are because I can't
There is
check
no
on the map.
choice.
Jesus, right, here we go.
What next?
Which some people like, but me personally, I would rather have some sort of map, even if it's not a perfect map.
So the way combat works in this, it's really about. So my main character is really overpowered. She's like 20 levels ahead of
Out of
everybody
my
else
way.
because I've literally just changed party.
Right.
So that's why she's kind of cutting through people quite easily. But normally you have a look at like, do you see these shields? You try to find a vulnerability, whack them down with that, just so they've got a vulnerability to axes. You hit them with an axe so many times until they're broken and they're staggered. And once they've done that, that's when you can start dealing out the real damage.
Yeah.
Now, you see up above, you see the little yellow dots up next to the character names.
All right.
They're
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I
yeah,
can't
they're
know
the
you said it.
boost
Yeah.
points. So I'm just going to defend a boost attack or steal, whatever.
What's
a bunch of
yours
times.
is mine.
And
My
you'll
turn
notice
now.
after every turn's ends, they get an extra boost point. Now, if you use that boost point, you can make you can attack twice. So you see they've activated. You can see it's gone 2, so boosted.
Yes.
I can take it off. So I could attack twice instead of just once, or up to 4 times.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a strategy of like, oh, do I just attack 4 times with a weak weapon to break them? Or do I save my boosts, break them slowly, while they're dishing out a load of damage to you, knowing that when you do break them, you could unleash 4 attacks while they're weak and defenseless. Or it might not be 4 attacks, if it's magic, it might be a level 4 spell sort of thing, or something.
Yeah.
Or, the ultimate more powerful version. So let's have a look at cleric skills. Holy Light. Yeah, so let's cast Holy Light at level 2.
Oh, sacred light!
Yay!
What to do?
So let's have a look. Merchant skills.
The winds of fortune are howling.
So a good thing, do you know? I was saying, do you know, like
Let
they
my
have
arrow
skills that
fly
are, do you know,
true.
basically the same. The path actions, where the good guy has a version and the bad guy, you know, the rogue one has a version. But their actual actions, according to their jobs, are all different for every character. So there's definitely situations where you need all the characters, you know, to choose from in order to be able to like work a fight effectively.
Yeah.
So I've definitely gone into fights with a party that's just not suitable for it. And
Yeah.
it's-
If you
just
go
get your
like
ass
all,
kicked. Oh, it's a long slog.
yeah, like if you go all honourable, that might not have an ability that you need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, the Scholar has an ability called Analyze and a load of elemental magic. You know, he can cast all the elemental magic, and he's got an ability Analyze to find out weaknesses.
Yeah, like scan. Yeah.
Yeah, but then when you find out that, you know, you can't actually use weapons properly, so it's like...
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look. Sorry, I'm talking stuff again. Right, let's do cross strike.
You can totally tell like this is a proper like homage to the old RPG. Like,
Oh, it really is. So, like I said, he wasn't weak to knives there, so like he just took no damage.
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna use an item.
What we haven't talked about is what's even the story then, or is it just different for every character?
It's different for every character, so there's
My
8
turn now.
totally separate stories going on.
Okay.
But
So
I'll
there's
give
no,
I'll
like-
give you the one away for hint. Sorry, not hint. Annette. I'll miss Taint.
Yeah.
What next?
So she's a hunter, and she's been trained, but she's like the second best hunter in the village. Her master is like, he's not the chief of the village, but he's the head hunter. He's the master hunter, more skilled, and he's as good as he is at hunting. He's a bit of a whoremonger and a gambler. Right? And
So he needs her to go and get this stripper.
yeah, pretty much. So it's
Here I
but
go.
he's been summoned and he's out on this master hunt, like, you know, for this legendary beast. But it goes a bit wrong, and he gets turned into stone.
All right.
She gets summoned to try and help. Well, actually, she doesn't get summoned. He goes missing. She gets summoned. She finds it. Turns out he's been turned to stone because this beast he's been hunting to petrify him. And so now she's hunting around for a cure for him.
Yeah.
That's as far as I am with her stuff.
Soft. That's what you want.
Yeah. The merchant, she just wants to go explore the world. The scholar, he got basically accused of being a paedophile and had to leave. So it's,
All right.
like, it's all in a very JRPG way, like, oh, how could you think you had that relationship? Why could you lie like this a bit? But basically what happened is he was a teacher who got accused of shagging one of his pupils and had to leave his town. I was like, that's a bit like, if it wasn't for the dressing up, that's like in a child-friendly way.
Yeah.
That he's a paedophile. It's what we get there. So,
Well, there's
but
no
that
like,
being,
there's no like big overarching story then, or not that you know of yet.
not that I know of yet, no. No.
So that's quite interesting. That
What a nice
because like,
breeze.
I suppose, yeah, it is just 8 strangers
Yeah.
traveling around doing their own stuff, put together.
Huh? Oh,
Come
sacred
on.
light.
So you can see this party is not set up to fight this thing. We've got no way to kill it. Like, we've got no tricks up our sleeve, so it's just stood there. Like, sucking up our damage. We've got no way to chip away its vulnerability. But
I
I'm
mean,
gonna take.
it must be magic based, is it?
It is. It's a light elemental. So I need the stripper here because she can cast dark magic.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know what? I'm gonna...
Oh, I just realised.
Take this!
Yeah, like
Yeah,
how ridiculous that sounds.
yeah. The stripper can just like,
And that's
oh, dark occult
Yeah.
shit.
All strippers have dark magic, you know. I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah. Make all that money fucking vanish from your wallet.
using
like,
their
with dark-
womanly ways with their dark magic.
Right. And littered about the place, there's other things like this. Like, this is a chest only a thief can open.
Ah, right, yeah.
Ooh, soul hatchet. Quick. So who uses Oh, come on, mate.
My
What are you
turn
vulnerable to?
Yeah, it's not an elemental or anything, is it?
Spears. Right, okay.
my turn.
I bet it is weak to fire just because it's a nice taste. Yeah. Right, stunned it.
I'll not be defeated.
Also, it's not just like they're weak to certain elements; they're actually weak to certain weapons as well.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
So summon a knight. Hopefully he's got a spear. Has he? No, he's got a sword. Oh! Jesus, he was
Out of
this
my
weak. He
way.
only did 8 damage. Oh, ditch him. Attack.
Fucking hell.
There we go.
And that's that.
He did. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you're seeing... But I mean, to be honest, this is a bit unfair because it's with me talking. This is probably the longest bit of, like, dungeon crawling you do. You know, it's really... Unless you wanted to spend a long time in a dungeon, you're only really there for about half an hour.
This is the beginning of your end.
And if you had the right party.
Letting
Yeah.
the hunt begin.
Like I say, you can totally tell it's a proper homage to like
Lightning, done
RPGs.
my bidding.
There we go, so that's one down.
Even there, like when as soon as like the fight started earlier, we were like, "Oh, that's nice elemental." That, like, you can just tell.
Out of my way.
Thou didst fight
Yeah.
with courage.
But on a side note, I've finished that beer.
Alright.
It
What do you
gets
want to do
better.
next?
You get used to the taste. So, yeah, it's not bad. But Christ, that initial taste of charcoal. Jesus. Try it, everyone. Give it a go.
This starting taste of charcoal followed by more charcoal.
Well, it's like I was saying with the full pint intro there. It's like, you know, it's that sausage on the barbecue that's been left there for hours and hours. You still eat it. You know, it's just not as nice as the other ones.
Yeah. Right, here we go. So I want to try and just get to the next town where there's a bit of story. So you can see on the world map, for example, where you need to go to.
Right, yeah.
So the next 2 characters are in this town here. So I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go do Ulbricht's one up here. No, I'm not. I'll do this one over here. What's it in? Quarry Crest. So I'm gonna go down here and then over here. Nope, that was a good start. Wrong way. So the only place you can
Letting
change
us
your
begin.
party is in pubs.
All right,
Out
yeah.
of my
I was
way.
going to say is it save points, but
So I think the logic is that when you go into a party, they're waiting for you, like they've gone ahead and they just beat you there, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
which is quite good. That's quite a realistic thing of life. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Alright. Thief skill.
I mean, I would wait in the pub, so
Exactly. Exactly true to life.
yeah,
Sure,
yeah, yeah.
What
actually.
next?
Go on, I'm gonna flee. Right. I may as well show you the other guys how they fight. Go to the pub.
Wait, are we in about in the game or?
Just that's it. Just go to the pub now. Get in a fight. It'll be great. Right, remember where the pub is.
Oh,
Do you know
I'm
that
always going to
provoke
find the pub.
action? I'm probably strong enough to fight this guy. There's quite a few guys stood in front of doorways. And
Right.
you have to. Oh, so he's obviously a guy I've beaten before.
I mean,
So-
he is an old man.
Yeah.
Letting us begin.
But a lot of the time, people stood in front of doorways
Letting
are
the
like really
hunt
strong
begin.
guys because they're protected like a treasure in the house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He is less strong.
I always
Thou didst
like
fight
that
with courage.
that trope of like there in Final Fantasy and stuff where you just go into people's houses, nick all their stuff, and then leave.
Right, here we go. Oh, do you know what? I killed him. I didn't even bother raiding his house. Nothing in there.
There's a pub. Is that a pub?
It probably was. I've just missed it. It's got a little picture of a beer on it. I can't remember where the pub is. Because this is one of the first towns I came to. So it's been like 20 hours since I was here. So let's have a look. Now that's an inn.
Oh, an inn. Well, an inn's a kind of pub.
They are kind of pub. Is that a pub? No. Oh, I remember where it is now. It's in the little scummy area. So this village has like its own little thing where like the poor people live on the bottom. Rich people
Oh,
live
right, yeah.
further up. But luckily the pub's on the bottom. So, you know, people don't care.
Yeah, so they're winning, really.
Right, it's changed the party. So I can't change all of them, obviously. But I'm gonna give us a stripper, scholar. Yeah. See if we can get out of here. Oh, can't. There's no quick way out. Gonna walk, gonna run. Oh, side quest.
Shut!
I've probably read that. I'll come back.
Nah,
Well, so a lot of the
it'll
side
be
quests
fine.
as well. You have to go to the other villages around the world and pick up the stuff. You know, and it really is like you have to use a lot of the path actions, like, you know, talk to people, because some people are like, oh, I want this book of poems or something like that that my father wrote and it was lost and stolen years ago, and you'll talk to someone in a pub and scrutinise them and they'll know a little bit about someone who'll know a book or something, and
Yeah.
you'll find it that way. But it's not just like you wouldn't know if you just talk to them. If you've got
Can't
the wrong
we settle
person in your
this like
party,
gentlemen?
you wouldn't even have that option.
Yeah,
And there's
yeah, that's
nothing about
true,
the
yeah.
character that suggests, you know, they're the person.
I'm ready.
You just got to be thorough.
Yeah.
So let's do some like knighthood.
Knighthood, bring your shade.
Is that the stripper?
Come in,
Yeah.
if thou darest.
Yeah.
Thou didst
He
fight
does
with
lots of
courage.
dances for people to put in party or put statuses on the other guys. Right, signpost. Boulder Fall.
Right.
South Boulder Fall past the Clearbrook. Where am I going?
thought you were going to
Quarry
like
Crest.
Quarry or something. Quarry Crest.
Going down.
May I have this dance?
May I have this dance?
I am ready.
Good for you. Oh, I recruited like this little lady to come fight me. Item. Dancer skill. Bewildering Grace is quite good.
Curious, aren't you?
Just has a totally random effect.
Oh, right.
Well, okay, that was a bit naff. Put one of
Letting
them
the
to sleep
hunt
and give us
begin.
one boost point. That's alright, I can. Arrow storm.
Yeah!
So this is where like Hayden
arrows.
and Ulbrich van differ. But they're both fighters, but Hannett
Thou didst find courage.
is good at like hitting lots of people at once, whereas Ulbrich's more about doing massive damage to one.
Right, yeah. So how far into this would you say you are?
About 20%.
Alright.
Yeah, I've completed everyone's first chapters, so that's 1/4. Yeah, so 25%. There we go.
And that's what, about how many hours?
20 hours.
Oh, right, oh, so yeah, so it's a...
It's a full-on thing. It's still that 100-hour game, but do you know what? It's done in bite size. This is the longest stretch I've ever played it in.
Yeah. I think that's why, with you saying it was bite-sized, I was expecting it to be like, maybe about 30 hours long.
But can you see how, like, do you know, the areas are only like one little bit, and there's a save point at the
Yeah.
start and end of each area. You can just, you know, you're never more than like, you're mid-battle, you're never more than 5 minutes for a save point.
Yeah.
I am ready.
So this is you, so I'm going to try and capture this guy.
Yeah.
Let's be a little bit tactical. So he's weak against actors, eh?
Actors, yeah.
So let's just buff us a little bit. So he looks like nasty.
The
He's a bit
mole
spongy,
dance.
so I'll buff him against being attacked.
What next?
The
Oh,
battle
yeah,
is
yeah.
truly joined.
Here we go. So... Oh, what can I do? Okay, he's not weak against swords. What do you think he's going to be weak against?
Well, the little rat things.
Yeah, knives, apparently, because the stripper's she has no physical attack ability, she's just destroyed him. That knife.
Alright. You would have thought if you were weak against knives, you're pretty much weak against...
Everything.
Yeah.
Oh, lightning, smite them down.
Beast might be getting a bit low
What
now.
next?
5%. So maybe not.
What, 5% left?
No, 5% in.
Oh,
But the
right.
thing is, that's not 5% of their HP's gone. They can be like 99% dead and only ever hit 40% capture rate.
Oh,
something
right,
like that.
okay.
So sometimes you go on to kill, trying to get it higher, and then you kill them. So that's
Yeah.
like, shit.
Yeah.
Everything but your life.
I am ready.
do some shady dancing.
Have at you.
Yeah, so that guy killed him. He was only 5% capturable, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like maybe 10 at the most.
So that's probably quite a
I
sought
will
after
cut you
creature.
down. With each battle, I
Nah,
grow
didn't manage to
stronger.
capture. Right, I'm going to stop it here in a second, just when we have a look at this new town. So this is Quarry Crest. So this is what happens. So if you've got the character in your party... Oh, that's right, I had business here. It's a bit...
Oh, right,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I forgot my mask was 10 stone and I was on a mission. Ah, that's right, so I can either do chap 2 as Cirrus or Tressa.
Right, yeah. Alright,
No,
yeah.
But I can't, so I'm going to run my
Also, you
party.
just select it and then...
Or I can choose not to. You can just be here without.
Yeah.
So like I say, and to be honest, I'll continue the thing. So you'll get a flavour of what's going on just for a second. See how the voice acted is. So it gives you a little recap. So we've left the academy behind in search of the lost home because he's a pedo. The far reaches of hell, its disappearance was a riddle wrapped in a mystery. A riddle that piqued his scholarly curiosity.
Okay. That went deep quick.
Yeah, even suffering the indignity of losing his post was the small price to pay for the opportunity of solving the fascinating puzzle. And so did Cyrus. Or Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Yeah, Cyrus. Come to the Quarry Crest to call upon an old colleague who might just have the answers he seeks. So, this bit's not voice acted.
Mm-hmm.
I can take another look. What? Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. It's getting mysterious.
You've always been clumsy in matters of the heart is a nice way of saying you've been shagging kids. Just really painted it in the best possible light, basically. But you would do well to give some thought to how you treat the fairer sex. You're more handsome than you give yourself credit for. And you keep handing out Haribo.
God.
Be careful. I don't know whether to read that again. Yeah. I'm scared to think I've been banished from the academy because of a trumped-up scandal like that. Wasn't that trumped up though, was it? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he didn't see pixelated like underage sex or anything, but he was clearly chatting her up. Do you know what I mean? And he got
Now
grasped
then.
on.
Now you see these women in the dark ways.
Yeah. Doomed to never realise the full depth of my good looks and charisma. Jesus.
Christ, goes on for a while, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does a bit. Is that two kids getting aroused by him? Jesus. Right. Yeah. So you get the idea.
Yeah.
And we'll save it there. Right. So yeah, that's the game. Any other questions? Because I think I'd definitely rate this game 9 out of 10 on a bad day.
I think like I say, you can definitely tell that it's a callback to the like JRPGs of like, you know, the late '90s.
Yeah, so definitely, guys, go out and give it a try. If you like your classic JRPGs, anything Final Fantasy 1 to 6, you're gonna love it. Absolute guarantee. So that was Octopath Traveler. Like I said, absolutely fantastic game. I hope I know I love it. Like I say, I'd say give this game a 9 out of 10, even on a bad day.
I think it looks really good. I really enjoyed what you showed me there.
Yeah. So, like I say, if you love your JRPGs, but you like, the sort of slightly more modern game mechanics. Well, no, it's still even classic. I don't know what about it's classic game mechanics. Just it looks beautiful with the modern hardware and the modern capabilities. So just give it a go, and it's on sale. Well, if it's not on sale this way, whenever you're watching it, guarantee it's Square Enix. They do like 4 sales a year on Steam. It'll be there sooner or later, and probably a couple of years' time, it's probably like £2. Grab it. Put it like this, I'd say it's worth it at full price. So if it's ever on sale, definitely worth whatever it is. Right.
Yeah.
See you next week.